Ready?
Hi, I'm Fredric Paul, managing editor of ReadWrite, and I'd like to introduce Dan Lyons. Welcome to ReadWrite.
Thank you, Fred. It's great to be here. I'm really excited to get going on this new project. I mean, I think we have a lot of work ahead of us and a lot of fun ahead of us, and I'm really anxious to get started.
Well, what I'm really interested in is some of your vision for the new ReadWrite web. We've been working on, for the new ReadWrite, we've been working on ReadWrite web for a while now, but with this new transition, there's going to be some big changes.
Well, I think the change might have to do with tone and approach. We're still writing about technology. We're still writing about a lot of the things we've always written about. But I think we want to be passionate and personal and engaging and fun, you know, in the way we cover the stuff we write about. I think the one thing that won't change is that you know, we've always been a really smart site and a really thoughtful site. And I think that shouldn't change, and God knows, I hope it doesn't change, right? But I think we can add some personality, some flair, some sense of liveliness and fun and energy, which would be good. But yeah, I don't see it as being a big you know, throw everything out and start over from scratch. I think we have a great readership, we have great writers. We might, you know, turn people loose a little more and let them sort of express themselves a little more freely. But mainly I want to make it more of a conversation with our readers and more of a two-way street, and something that people want to come back to and come to every day and check out what's happening, where they feel it's kind of a home for them. So that's some of the vision I have, and it's not really a vision so much as I think it's not even a vision in the sense that I think, you know, because we've both been in media for a long time, and we both started off in the days when you wrote the article and you sent it in and they put it in a paper someplace and someone read it, and if they got pissed they could write a letter to the editor, or if they loved it they could write a letter to the editor.
You'd see 3 months later.
And you may or may not run it, and that was our job, right? And now our job is very different, and I think a lot of people in our business sort of got stuck when it became, well, it's not that anymore. Like now, wait a minute, the reader's now talking to us and we got to talk to them, and it's a different thing than publishing, right? It's not really publishing, it's more of a conversation. And some of us, I think, you know, love that, and we get off on this like, wow, these are new tools, these are new ways we have of telling stories now that are richer and more lively and more engaging for both us and for the readers. Like and a place like Say gets that. And they have all these techies and all these engineers who can build a platform to let us do that. The thing that really appealed to me about coming to ReadWrite was when I met the Say guys, they're thinking the same thing. Like, okay, we know media is changing. Like, what can we do that's new? How can we reach people in a new way? Both readers and advertisers. Like, how can we provide a place where brands can meet customers and connect with them in a way that isn't what we thought of as advertising? Because that's the other thing I think that's changing. Is, you know, we had a great model. We wrote articles. They have guys put their pictures next to them, and that worked, right? Or they put their ads on TV. That's all getting blown up now. And what I think is interesting is in media right now, we don't really know what it's going to look like 10 years from now. Unless maybe you do. You probably do. I don't know what it's going to look like 10 years from now, but we know it's going to be radically different. And the thing is, man, we can just dive in and be part of that. If we get in a place like this, we can be the people who invent that future that's going to exist 10 years from now.
And I think that's what the whole ReadWrite team is really excited about. It's what I'm excited about. It's why I moved over to the internet in the mid-90s for the chance to really redefine some of the conventions of what used to be called publishing.
Yeah.
And you know, we did that, but the technology and the platform is changing so fast that we're continually defining those things. Yeah. And that's really, really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, think about like where we were in the 90s, right? I mean, the other thing that strikes me is, and I've been on the side of the legacy side, where it's just all about destruction. It's been so bad, you know, it's moved from analog dollars to digital dimes and downsizing, and it's the overwhelming story has just been like how awful this is, right? But I think we're starting to see like, no, how good this is going to be. Like, to me, it's like TV in the early 50s, and you could sit there going like, this sucks for radio, right? Or, you know, but it took a while to develop a new language and a new business model that was unique to that medium, and I think we're going to do that here. And that to me is like really, really exciting. You know, we're rethinking what an ad is, right? We're rethinking, you know, how does a brand reach a customer? It's not just about splat some picture and some message at them, right? It's more of a connection.
Well, I think people get hung up on sort of what's lost in these transitions, but there's a whole lot gained and new things and new opened up. We talk about this in terms of news. Everyone's sad about, you know, the foreign bureaus are closing. There's not the same international reporting, and they don't consider the changes that technology has made in terms of citizen news breaking and the ways that you get immediate access to what's happening anywhere around the world that fundamentally changes the nature of the equation.
Right, right.
And I think that's happening in advertising too.
Yeah, so both sides of our business, like the news side is radically different, but then the business side is radically different. That's another thing I liked about Say, is that the business side here seems to really get that they are facing this disruptive, well, they want to be the disruptors, but there is this disruptive change happening on that side too, which again is, you know, really exciting, and it's a matter of being open-minded, right, and being able to say, like, okay, let's try this, and maybe it doesn't work, and whatever. If it doesn't, we'll try something else. But at least starting with the conversation being, yeah, we're open to this. We're open to trying this. Yeah, I think that's, to me, the real fun of this kind of place.
And I think you're seeing that in what ReadWrite launches today. You're starting to see the beginning of that.
Yeah, right? This is it. And in 6 months, it's going to be different, and in a year, it's going to be different. And we don't really know what, but I think if we go into it, you and I, and all the rest of us around us, being sort of open-minded about trying new things and connecting with people, we're going to do all right, you know?
I can't wait to get started.
Me either, man. Let's go work.